Everybody, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, and today we're going to talk about the easiest way to pay off debt. Now, I had did a poll on my community tab asking what are some of the goals that you have for 2024, and 58% of the people stated that they want to pay down debt. So in my last video, I was talking about how we can prepare to pay down debt. And so in this video, I wanted to talk about the easiest way to pay down debt. And I have actually used this strategy myself as well, and that is going to be a balance transfer. Now, of course, there are some pros and cons to doing a balance transfer. I would say the pro of doing a balance transfer is that you do not have interest for, let's say, between, it could be 12 to even 24 months. And so you really want to make sure that you have a goal. And that's what's going to take me into some of the cons. If you don't have a goal for doing your balance transfer, then whoa, it's like that time is going to go by so fast, and then you haven't paid off any debt, and then you're going to have a high interest rate. So it's best when doing a balance transfer that you have a goal for yourself. So that's what we're going to talk about. So when we are considering to do a balance transfer, I'm going to give 3 tips on how to make sure that we can be successful in doing a balance transfer. But let me know in the comments, are you going to be paying off debt this year? Or what are some of the other goals that you have for yourself? So the first thing in creating a plan for if we're going to do a balance transfer is, one, create a starting point. And this is going to be so important for us to be successful if we are going to do a balance transfer, because we really need to have a plan, but we have to know where we're starting. So one, we would need to get all of the credit cards that we have and even all of the debt that we have so that we can write it down to see where we're starting. So we want to write down how much do we owe, what is our minimum payment, what is our due dates, and what is our interest rate. And so I think this is going to help us because we can decide, okay, do we want to do a snowball or avalanche? And for me, when I did a balance transfer, I did the snowball. So then this could help us to know how we can pay down the debts. Now, the second thing is we want to know how much money do we have coming in compared to going out, so that we'll know how much money we'll be able to tackle onto the debt. So this is where the budget is going to come into play. And, I think it's good to always do a budget anyway. That way we know where our money is going, because I feel like when we know where our money is going, we have more control and we can do more with our money. Because you know those times where, let's say you have some money coming in and you're going to say, well, I'm going to pay this bill off, or I'm going to do this. And then by the time you get to the end of the month, the money is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't even do it. So that's why I think creating a budget is the best thing to do. And I'm going to talk about a video coming up soon on how to use your credit cards to pay your monthly bills opposed to using your money. Let me know in the comments if you would like to hear something about that, or if that's what you're doing already. And the next thing that we want to do, as I stated, we want to make sure that we have all of our debts down. And so this is going to give us a starting point. And you can always drop down in the description and check out my 2024 digital budget planner on my Etsy shop. And this is going to be a digital budget planner where you can do your debt snowball. You can do your monthly budget. It has a savings. It has a goal planner. So it's very cool. So drop down in the description and check it out. Now, the second thing, which could be possibly a pro or a con with doing a balance transfer, is you want to check your credit. Because the thing is, when you are doing a balance transfer, are you going to have to get a credit card to where you can do this balance transfer? And you really need to know where you're starting. So what is your on your credit cards, what is your credit utilization? So do you have high credit utilization on your other credit cards? Because I would say, like, when you are doing a balance transfer, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a lot of debt. Really, I think with a balance transfer, it's only, with these interest rates on a credit card being like 25, 26, 29%, that's why it's best to pay the credit cards off But if you do a balance transfer, that's how I can help you to just go ahead and pay it down. Because the thing is, it's like, let's say if you're paying, like $1,000 a year on interest, it's like, for me, that's a trip. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what could we do with the extra $1,000 if we wasn't paying it on interest? So you want to take a look to see, the credit cards that you do have, what are the options that you have? Because like I have the Discover It. And when I first did my balance transfer, that's the credit card that I had. But see, even though I've had that credit card for a while, it's like every year or every so many months, they send me offers to do a balance transfer. So that's why I'm stating, take a look at the credit cards that you already have and also look at the available balance that you have to see if the credit cards that you have, maybe that's already your option. But if it's not, you can always check out the Discover It. Now, the Discover It, y'all, I really love this card because I feel like the Discover It is like an all-around great card. So let's say if you want to do a balance transfer, it's a great card. If you are trying to increase your credit score and you want just a good starter credit card, I think that the Discover It is a great card. But let's say for right now, doing a balance transfer, right now they have, if you do a balance transfer, you can get 18 months of no interest. And the great thing about this credit card is that it doesn't have an annual fee on it. So y'all know I'm all about not having an annual fee on a credit card. That is amazing. And so the thing is, you can do 0% interest for 18 months on a balance transfer. Then you can do 0% interest for 6 months on purchases. So I'm all for not having any interest, let's say, while you are using the card. Now, the one downside of doing a balance transfer, were really two. One is if you don't have a goal for it, the time is going to go by so fast. And then the second is going to be, there is a 3% transfer balance fee. But see, the only thing is, what I'm thinking is, even though it's 3%, if you're paying 26% every month, and then you only have this one-time fee of the 3%, I think I would rather do that than, have 26 or 29% every month. So you'll have to, take a look at it. Additionally, there is an interest rate of 17.24 to 28% after the 18 months. So that's why it's very important to be able to go ahead and have a goal for doing the balance transfer. And so this is only one credit card that we're taking a look at to do the balance transfer, but there are several good cards. I think right now with the Navy Federal Platinum credit card, it has, I want to say, it doesn't have a 0% interest. I think it has a 0.99 for 12 months. And then I think there's a Wells Fargo card that has 21 months. So, it's very important, one, to check our credit to see if we are going to be able to get a credit card that has the, especially the amount that we need to be able to do the balance transfer. So that's why it's important to check and see how much do we owe on all the credit cards to see if we can do the balance transfer. So overall, we want to create a plan when we are doing this balance transfer. And so I would say, making sure, like what we did in the beginning, seeing what all of our debts are. And then let's say if you have this balance transfer, then you have an auto loan, and you have a student loan, how can we put it in a debt snowball? And then by seeing how much money we're bringing in compared to going out, what's left over? Do we have a lot of money that we can just dump on the debt? You see what I'm saying? But then also really, taking a look at the time frame. Okay, I have this 18 months and this is how much money I have coming in. But then also, and I'm going to talk about this in another video, possibly think about what money do I have coming up? Because, we got tax season coming up. And then, there are at least 2 or 3 months in the year where you get paid an extra check. And so are you ready to get the extra check? And then do you get money on the side? You see what I'm saying? So with all the money coming in, how can I go ahead and put it on the debt? And so I think that is a great way to have a plan so that we're not wasting the 18 months. So let me know in the comments, what are you thinking about a doing a balance transfer. Have you did a balance transfer before? But I can say for myself, I have done a balance transfer with the Discover It, and it works. I believe I did it probably within 12 or 14 months. And I really think that it helped so that I didn't have all that interest that I was paying. So let me know what you think in the comments. I hope that this video was helpful. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and turn your notification bell on so you will be notified when new content drops. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time. It's not a game.